The power of beliefs. The pitfall of overconfidence. Introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today. It is a true honor to stand before a group of individuals filled with so much potential, curiosity, and promise. Today, I want to talk about two forces that shape our lives and determine how far we go in our personal and professional journeys: belief in oneself and overconfidence. One lifts you, the other can blind you. One builds, the other, if left unchecked, destroys. In the next few minutes, we will explore the incredible advantage of believing in yourself, that deep, unwavering sense of self-trust that fuels resilience, innovation, and success. And we'll contrast it with the dangerous illusion of overconfidence, that inflated perception of one's abilities that often leads to misjudgment, stagnation, and even downfall. Let's begin with something we all experience: doubt. Section 1. The starting point: self-doubt and insecurity. Self-doubt is a natural part of being human. From childhood, we are bombarded with expectations, comparisons, judgments. Some of us are told, "You're not good enough." Others hear, "You're not smart enough. You're too different." Or, "You'll never make it." Those words stick. And so, when we face challenges, a difficult exam, a tough interview, a risky idea, that voice of doubt returns. It whispers, "Can you really do this?" But here's the truth. Everyone who ever did anything great had to overcome self-doubt. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent, luck, or connections. It's the simple, yet powerful, act of believing in oneself. Section 2. What it really means to believe in yourself. Believing in yourself isn't arrogance. It's not thinking you're better than everyone else. It's not walking around with your chest puffed out and ignoring feedback. True belief is quiet, steady, rooted. It means trusting your ability to learn. It means understanding that failure is part of the process, not a sign to quit. It means recognizing your unique strengths, even when others don't see them. When you believe in yourself, you give yourself permission to try, to fall, to get back up, to try again. You don't wait for others to validate you. You validate yourself by your willingness to keep going. Section 30. The power of self. Belief in action. Let me share a few examples. J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, was rejected by 12 publishers before someone finally gave her a chance. She was a single mother living on welfare, struggling to survive, but she believed in her story, and more importantly, she believed in herself. Thomas Edison was told he was too stupid to learn anything. He failed over 1,000 times before he invented the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Oprah Winfrey was fired from her job as a news anchor because she was unfit for television. But she didn't let that define her. Her belief in her purpose and voice turned her into one of the most influential figures in media. These people didn't have magic. What they had was belief. Belief that they were worth it. Belief that they had something to offer. Belief that they could learn, adapt, and grow. And you have that power too. Section 40. Advantages of believing in yourself. Let's talk about the specific, real-world benefits of self-belief. 1. Confidence to take risks. When you believe in yourself, you don't sit on the sidelines. You apply for that job. You start that business. You speak up in that meeting. You enter that competition. Risk becomes an opportunity instead of a threat. 2. Resilience. Through setbacks, life will knock you down. That's guaranteed. But if you believe in yourself, you'll keep standing back up. You'll treat failure as a lesson, not a death sentence. 3. Better mental health. Belief in yourself builds self-esteem and reduces anxiety. You stop being your harshest critic and start being your strongest ally. 4. Attracting opportunities. People are drawn to those who believe in themselves. Confidence is contagious. When you carry yourself with quiet assurance, doors begin to open. 5. Achievement of goals. Success is not a straight line. It's messy, complicated, and often uncomfortable. But belief keeps you moving forward. It's the engine that drives consistent action, and action creates results. Section 3. The fine line between confidence and overconfidence. Now, here's the catch. While belief in oneself is essential, there's a tipping point. A line that, when crossed, transforms healthy confidence into dangerous overconfidence. Overconfidence is when self-belief becomes inflated, detached from reality and deaf to feedback. It's when you stop listening, stop learning, and start assuming you're always right. Where belief says, "I can learn," overconfidence says, "I already know." Where belief says, "I'll keep trying," overconfidence says, "I don't need to improve." Section 60L. The disadvantages of overconfidence. Let's take a closer look at the dark side of overconfidence and the many ways it can sabotage your life and career. 1. Poor decision making. Overconfident people tend to overestimate their abilities and underestimate risks. This leads to impulsive decisions, missed red flags, and avoidable mistakes. Think of failed investments, doomed startups, or risky behavior. 2. Resistance to feedback. Growth requires humility, but overconfidence blocks out criticism. When you think you know everything, you stop listening, and that's when you stop growing. 3. Damaged relationships. Overconfidence can come off as arrogance. It makes collaboration hard. People don't want to work with someone who always thinks they're right or dismisses others' input. 4. Complacency. When you believe you're already at the top, you stop striving. Overconfidence kills hunger, and without hunger, there is no progress. 5. Greater fall. When things go wrong, the higher you think you are, the harder the fall. Overconfident people are often blindsided by failure because they never thought it could happen to them. They didn't prepare. They didn't listen, and the crash is devastating. Section 7. Real-life examples of overconfidence gone wrong. History is full of cautionary tales. Remember the Titanic? It was dubbed unsinkable. The builders were so confident in the ship's design that they didn't include enough lifeboats. We all know how that ended. Or consider the dot-com bubble of the early 2000s. Investors were so overconfident in tech startups, many with no real business models, that they poured billions into companies that collapsed within months. Even in sports, overconfidence can be fatal. How many times have we seen a dominant team underestimate an underdog, only to be defeated because they let their guard down? Overconfidence isn't strength. It's a mask for insecurity, a shield that hides the fear of not being good enough. Section 8. The balance. Healthy confidence. And so, how do we walk the line? How do we stay confident without becoming overconfident? The key is self-awareness. Know your strengths, but also know your limits. Celebrate your wins, but don't stop learning. Trust your instincts, but stay open to feedback. Speak with conviction, but listen with humility. The best performers, whether athletes, entrepreneurs, or artists, combine confidence with curiosity. They believe in themselves, but they are never done growing. They say, I've come far, but I have more to learn. Section 9. How to build belief in yourself without falling into overconfidence. Belief in yourself is not something you're born with. It's something you build, brick by brick, choice by choice. Here's how. 1. Set small goals and achieve them. Each small win builds momentum. Start with something manageable. Prove to yourself that you can follow through. 2. Track your progress. Keep a journal. Note what you've learned, what you've accomplished, how you've improved. Evidence builds belief. 3. Surround yourself with encouragers. Choose people who see your potential and challenge you to grow. Avoid those who tear you down or inflate your ego. 4. Accept failure as feedback. Don't fear failure. Use it. Ask, what can I learn from this? Every setback is a setup for a comeback. 5. Stay curious and keep learning. Humility is strength. Stay open. Read. Ask questions. Learn from others. Stay a student, no matter how far you've come. Section 10. Final words. The journey of belief. Believing in yourself is a lifelong journey. There will be seasons when your confidence is high and seasons when doubt creeps in. That's okay. You're human. What matters is that you keep choosing belief. Note the loud, arrogant belief that needs to prove itself to the world, but the quiet, resilient belief that says, I have something to offer. I will keep trying, will keep growing. Remember this. Believe in yourself, and you'll rise. Overestimate yourself, and you may fall. The path to greatness isn't paved with certainty. It's walked by those brave enough to try, wise enough to learn, and humble enough to keep going. So today, I encourage you, be brave, be honest, believe in yourself, but never stop becoming better. Thank you.